Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with Bulldog Tennis, and we're joined by first-year head coach Daniel Hangstefer. Coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Good to be here.
Talk about the transition here to Ferris State. You came in here late this summer, and how's the transition been here to being a Bulldog?
It's been good. Biggest thing is just trying to get my feet under me, trying to learn what the culture of the team is about, and trying to set the expectations of the team, and just trying to make sure that they know that I have their back, but they've got to make sure that they're going to follow the rules and the expectations. And I think you got to try to get them excited about winning championships. So I think they're there. We just have we got a lot of work to do to get there. So I think their mindset is in the right place. We just got to fill in some pieces to get there.
I know obviously you had some experience coming in as a head coach, most recently at Metro State. What kind of attracted you to Ferris State and becoming a Bulldog?
I think there's a lot of history at Ferris. The women won like 16, 17 straight years of conference championships, like 162 straight GLIAC wins, things like that. A lot of All-Americans. You had the PTM program, the Professional Tennis Management program. So there's a lot of history that really excited me about coming here. So when I was asked to apply and asked to accept the job, it was something that I couldn't turn down.
Certainly, you've been off to a great start this fall with both teams in action here at various points. Women this past weekend at home, and always nice to play at home in the Racket and Fitness Center.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to be at home. The matches didn't turn out quite the way that we had hoped, but I think that we're making strides in the right direction with the women's team. I think if you watch them, you see the heart and the fire and the how hard they're working to try to compete for every single point. So it's a good sign. It's a good step in the right direction for this program. Like I said, the next piece is just trying to figure out how to compete at a higher level to get there, to win championships, because we haven't won a GLIAC championship in 15 years. So my goal is to get us back there.
Obviously, taking on a very good team with another tradition in Northwood University on Saturday as you open up the weekend, and a team that now you're going to face in the opening round of the GLIAC tournament this coming week.
I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to face them again this weekend. I think it's a good opportunity for the women. They're going to have to step up their game a little bit and try to figure out how to break down their opponent a little bit. I didn't think we did a great job of that against Northwood. I didn't think our energy was great, but I think they learned from it the very next day, and they stepped it up the very next day against Saginaw. Saginaw has a good team, and they just outplayed us that day. But I think we're in a good position to go in and try to do some damage this weekend and maybe pull off an upset. So,
as you played at home this weekend, talk about what the support's been like, being able to play in front of some of the home fans.
It's been great. We've got a lot of support. I think against Grand Valley, our home opener, we had about 70, 100 people there. So, which is, I think it's great for the players because they get that energy, that excitement, and that's not something that you see everywhere at every tennis program. So I think that's definitely a huge advantage for us.
Obviously, after taking on Northwood on Saturday, you mentioned Saginaw Valley State on Sunday, and another tough opponent in the GLIAC. His teams were really battling for position for the conference tournament this past weekend.
Yeah, I think Northwood ended up placing second overall. I think Grand Valley ended up first. I think Saginaw ended up third or fourth. So a lot of tough opponents this weekend that we played, Northwood and Saginaw. But like I said, we're looking forward to the conference championship this weekend and trying to go in and do some damage.
Who've been some of the players that have kind of played at the top of your lineup for you, and what have you seen out of them?
I think Nika Hine, she's been playing #1 for us. Sylvia Verabis, she's been playing #2 for us. Both of them, if you looked at their results from last year to this year, and they're playing a lot higher in the lineup. They stepped up their game. They're winning. I think both of them have a 500 or better record at their spots, which is tough to do in our conference. So another one that is Nicole Myler. She's been playing 3 and 4 for us, and she's been battling every match. So we're right there at the top of our lineup, right there at the bottom part of our lineup. We just need to try to figure out how to break down our opponent a little bit more.
What have you seen in terms of the competition from the GLIAC coming from another conference? So what's the competition like in the GLIAC?
It's very, it's different. I don't think there's anybody that stands out in our conference. I think all 11, all 10 teams very similar, which is good. That presents a lot of opportunity for us over this year and over the next couple of years to kind of break away from everybody. And we can do it. I know we can do it. You know, it's just going to be about coming together as a team and making sure we push each other to be better and hold each other accountable for everything that we do.
And certainly the women have the busy part of the season here in the fall, but your men's team had a couple tournaments, and obviously they'll have the bulk of their competition coming up in the spring with the GLIAC Championships. Talk about the men's program and where that's at right now.
So the men, they've won 3 GLIACs in a row the last 3 years, so it's exciting to be able to take over a team that's used to winning. That's important. I think they're hungry to continue to win, which is important as well. We've got a lot of talented players from top to bottom. I got 8 guys on the team, and all 8 guys can play at a high level. So we had our #1 doubles team. They made the finals of the regional tournament. They lost in the finals. The team that wins the regional tournament, they get to go on to play nationals. So we were 1 win away from there. But I think we're in a good spot in the men's side right now. We're just trying to improve. Right now we're just practicing a lot and competing against each other a lot. So it's about just getting better for the men at this point.
With both the men's and women's programs, obviously a lot of returners back this year. How important is the leadership from some of those older kids?
It's important. I think anytime you have a sizable number of your players that are returners who understand what the expectations are, it just makes the team better.
This weekend, Bulldogs in the GLIAC Women's Tennis Tournament. Talk about what it takes to go in there and have some success in the conference tournament.
I think that, well, you got to start off strong in the doubles, and that's about being aggressive, and it's about also being patient, not trying to overdo that aggressiveness. But I think it takes a will to win. I think it takes a lot of high energy. And we talk about how you handle yourself in between each point a lot, because 80% of a match is between points, your between point routine, your energy, all that stuff. So that's important. But also you got to be poised every single point that you're playing, every single shot that you're hitting. And I think that's going to be the difference between who wins the tournament this weekend and who doesn't. It's going to be about who handles that pressure and who's poised during the points, but also who kind of handles himself the right way in between points.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time, and best of luck to the Bulldogs this weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's going to do it for Ferris Sports Update. Follow all the action online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Have a great week.